In this Alpha Destiny exclusive, I'm going to expose the real reason why lifters hate training their legs. This is going to be a perspective that people rarely ever share with you. However, they are actually thinking about it all the time. So here's the thing. The number one reason why lifters hate training their legs, it's very simple. They just don't give a fuck about their legs. People don't want to hear this, but it's the truth. Most people who go to a gym, who train their bodies to look better, to get stronger, to feel healthier, don't care about having tree trunk legs. They don't care about having 500-pound back squats. All they want is a little bit of leg size so that they don't have chicken legs, so that's a bit proportional. When you start going past that point, when you start telling them that need to have huge tree trunks and that they have to have very high goals, the same as their bench, well, they get discouraged, demotivated, and they don't want to train their legs. That's why they fucking hate it. You see, when you actually have goals, you have real goals of wanting to get bigger and stronger legs, you don't hate the training. Oftentimes, you look forward to it. That's why powerlifters, 2 of their 3 lifts, it's squat and deadlift. These guys don't have trouble going to the gym and training for the sport. In fact, they love it. They fucking love what they're doing. They love the squat, they love the deadlift. So the main reason why recreational lifters are having trouble training their legs is because they don't give a fuck about their legs and they're forcing themselves to train hard even though they don't want to. That's the real issue that people aren't talking about. Most people, if you can ask them this, hey man, if you like to get 18-inch arms or 30-inch quads, they're going to take the 18-inch arms all day, every day. I know I would. Or if you ask them, if you can trade 3 inches off your quads over 3 inches on your arms, would you do it? Most lifters are going to say yes. Or hell, if you can get a bigger chest, most lifters are going to choose that. This is just how it is. I'm not making this up. You can ask people. And I know there are certain individuals who prefer the legs. But I would call them outliers because years of experience in the gym shows me that most lifters don't give a fuck. Even the ones with the best physiques in your gyms, most of them have mediocre legs at best. There's thousands of people on the internet who have much better legs than people in your gyms. Even though some of these gym bros have much better upper bodies. I've seen it too many times, guys. People hate training their legs because they don't care about the legs. Because when you don't have a goal for something, when it's a goal that someone else created for you, the motivation is not as high. Trust me, I speak from experience and observation, all right? So the second reason why people hate training their legs is because they're doing leg days, which is 1 time a week with very, very high volume, very high exercise selection, and basically it makes them sore for the entire week and for the rest of their life. How could you possibly enjoy that? How could you possibly want to go to the gym and want to destroy your legs so badly that you can't even walk for the next week? You think people are motivated to do that shit? You have to understand that most people are running body part splits, right? And they're training their legs once a week with very high volume. That gets them sore as hell. How do you want to be motivated? First of all, the gains you make off that are not that good, all right? So you're getting shit gains and you have to remain sore throughout the entire week. It's like going to a job but not getting a paycheck. So you want people to be motivated when they're training like that? Honestly, in that case, the solution is to up your training frequency. Train your legs at least twice a week, 2 to 3 times a week. Train like that. Twice a week, I would say, is good. And don't kill yourself with a million different movements. You have to train more like a strength athlete. Why not? Instead of doing these high volume bodybuilding leg workouts, why don't you cut the volume back a little bit? Focus on a few key exercises to get stronger at, and just train like twice a week your legs. That soreness that you're experiencing is going to go away, and that's going to make you more motivated because when your legs are so sore that you can't even walk, you can't even get out of bed, you can't even sit on the fucking toilet bowl because it's an unbearable pain. The motivation is not there, and you're going to hate every second of leg training because you know what's going to happen next. So the solution is to run a program that is more geared for strength athletes. You do that, the soreness dissipates. The next reason why people hate training their legs is because there is extreme dogma and social pressure associated with leg training. You got thousands of people on the internet saying that you must squat and deadlift. You must run powerlifting parameters. You must chase a 500-pound back squat. You must chase a 600-pound deadlift. You have to be the strongest at these 2 lifts. And you have to train your legs as if it was life itself. Again, most people don't care about legs in the first place. And when you tell them that they have to have these crazy powerlifting goals and that they must do certain movements, guess what? It demotivates them even more. The worst thing you can do is tell a lifter is that you have to do this. It's essential that you do that because that demotivates the fuck out of anybody. And it's this dogmatic elitist mentality that destroys fitness, it destroys people. What we need to do is bring it back to the real truth and exclaim that you can do whatever leg movements you want. I think the Hodge twins said it best, that you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Isn't that right? You don't have to do a barbell back squat if you don't want to. You can do a front squat. You can do a Bulgarian split squat. You can do a lunge. You can do a reverse lunge. You can even do leg press if you don't care about athletic performance. But you see, when you have a bunch of elitists on the internet saying that you have to do squats and deadlifts, that you have to train in this particular fashion, it's not your goal. It's someone else's agenda. It's not your agenda. It's not something that you wanted for yourself. When it's societal expectations and pressure for people who don't give a fuck about you, you think you're gonna have motivation to go train your legs? You think you're gonna enjoy it? Doing fucking 1x20 back squat? You think you're gonna enjoy that shit? Especially when we consider the fact that a lot of these movements that people are recommending have high injury risks. You think a guy enjoys doing deadlifts for volume when he wakes up the next day with fucking lower back pain? When the simple solution could have been a block pull? You think a guy enjoys doing barbell back squats when his legs are already big in size? And he's like, why the fuck am I doing this? Why don't I do a lunge instead? Why don't I do a leg press? You think people enjoy doing shit that goes against what they actually want? No. People don't enjoy it. You're a slave. I thought slavery was abolished a while back, but it seems that people are voluntarily becoming slaves. They become slaves in the workplace, and they become slaves in the fucking gym when most people don't even care about what they're doing. Do you believe that? Do you believe that people are becoming slaves to exercises? That they must do this, and they can't escape the boundaries of powerlifting bodybuilding? That, my friends, is one of the central reasons why people have no motivation and why they hate leg days. I used to be like that too. I forced myself to do these lifts because I thought it was essential. The only time I started enjoying training legs again is when I did whatever the fuck I wanted. When I started doing reverse lunges, which I love that exercise, when I started doing Jefferson pulls behind the back, different rack pulls, when I started training the way that I wanted, the motivation went all the way high, and all of a sudden, I don't hate leg training anymore. Even if it does get you a little bit sore, even if your legs do get a little bit bigger, I don't hate it anymore because I love it. That's what you have to learn. You have to learn how to love your leg training and do whatever you want. And stop looking at all these dogmatic people who are saying you have to do this. If you keep listening to those guys, first of all, your gains are never going to be perfect when you have motivation that fucking low. It's never going to happen. You actually have to want it because mindset is that important. You have to want it and you have to kill it, right? In the gym. You have to push yourself to reach those goals. So if you don't want it, psychologically, you're going to fuck yourself up. So you might as well do something that you enjoy. Then all of a sudden, leg days are fantastic. You enjoy training them, all right? So with that said, let me bring this on to the final reason why people hate training their legs, which most people would call this number one, average people that is, but I would say this is the least important reason, which is the fact that it is hard work. We can't deny it. Leg training hurts. It hurts. When you do a one set of 20 barbell back squat, your entire body is sore, like you're out of breath. Legs is like doing fucking cardio with weights. That's what it is. It's hard. It's difficult. Doing volume work on legs is difficult. So you can't be a lazy person either. Even if you do have these goals and you're motivated to do it, it's still hard work, man. Leg training hurts more than anything else. Doing an overhead press, big deal compared to a fucking barbell back squat. You see what I'm saying? So it's hard work as well. Some guys are just lazy. They don't want to put in the work. And because legs is hard work, they're not going to do it. So that's a common reason. I wouldn't call it number one, but it is a reason nonetheless. Oh yeah, and I want to mention another point, by the way. In regards to not caring about legs, you have to ask yourself the following question. If we know for a fact that your legs have so much strength potential, which is true, your legs are absolutely incredible what they could do, right? If we know that you can add so much weight each workout, that your potential is just so high, yet despite all this, despite the fact that we know average lifters can get amazing legs, people don't train them hard, what does that demonstrate about them enjoying leg training? See, it's not that everybody has bad leg genetics. That's the furthest thing from the goddamn truth. People just don't care about leg training. They're fine with a little bit above average, just a little bit of leg size, definition, whatever. And they don't care if their potential is very high. I think many lifters are capable of squatting 500 pounds raw. I think it's extremely, extremely doable as a natural. It's just that people aren't going to go that route because they just don't care enough about it. All right. So again, it's not that people have bad genetics. It's not that their work ethic is shit. Okay. Even though leg training is hard, The central issue is that people don't care about these leg goals. They just don't care. They don't want to have massive tree trunk legs. That's like a bodybuilder little idea. They don't want to have the strongest squat and deadlift. They don't give a fuck. If you can give them chest and arms, wide lats, fucking big traps, if you can get them huge in the upper body, they're going to be happy. I would say 99% of people are going to be fucking happy if you put them all kinds of muscle up here. You know, because I've seen all these cats. A lot of these dudes who compensate, they got really bad upper body genetics, but they got huge legs. Those people tend to enjoy leg training the most. You know why? Because they're compensating. They're compensating for the fact that they have shit upper bodies. And that's just the reality. They want to brag about their legs because they know that they can't build an upper body. That's some deep stuff, but it's true. So I say this. Do whatever you want. Train your legs however you want. And screw what society says. If you want to have just a little bit above average legs, do what you want. If you don't want to have elite goals for your legs, do what you want. If you want to be Mr. Upper Body, you do what you want. That's how you should approach your leg training. And you do that, things are going to be a lot more natural. And all these memes that people are talking about, they're not going to be able to identify with anymore because they're walking their own path. That's what you have to do. Walk your own path and stop being a sheep. Seriously. Think for your own damn self. Peace.